Again, my name's Alan Windle. I used to be the Executive Director of Nursing for Sheffield, and in our changes recently I became the Deputy Chief Nurse for South Yorkshire, where I remain the Director of Nursing and the Executive Lead for Safeguarding, both at Sheffield Partnership Boards for Adults and Children and now at Barnsley as well. So I just want to thank previous colleagues for their presentations. I think one bit that I want to say before moving on to changes, because changes will happen within the Integrated Care Board. I think the take home for me is that my legal colleague from the local authority might prove me wrong, but I've never been aware locally, regionally or nationally anybody being prosecuted for sharing information that's related to safeguarding if it's there to protect adults and children. Where you will be criticised is if you don't share that information. Okay, so I think that for me is a take home. You have even the contractual duty, but actually as clinicians and people working with vulnerable people, by the nature of their health needs, it is a requirement as to share that information as concisely and as effectively as possible. And the teams that you've seen here today are there to help you do that. So I will move on quickly to the national changes in the NHS. So from an Integrated Care Board, there's been a lot of chat and discussion around, since earlier this year really, about the changes. The ICB has been working on a plan of how it reorganises itself within its financial envelope that it's allocated, which is about £19 per head of population for the totality of South Yorkshire, which will mean around a 50% reduction in workforce in order for us to achieve that in the Integrated Care Board. So this round of work that we've been undertaking, which has been suspended or delayed for a period of time from June this year, and we were supposed to go into organisational change in July, has been around the funding of redundancies within the NHS, which now we've got clarity for, and there is going to be some funding support to support that reduction by 50%. In the plans, they're currently being reviewed over the previous 2 weeks and this next week, with the implementation of going into formal consultation for our workforce in the next few weeks, particularly by December. So partners across the NHS, social care, will be notified of that consultation. So what that's going to mean is us working in a very different way. We still have safeguarding duties to deliver across our South Yorkshire footprint, including Sheffield, on our current statutory duties. So there will still be a workforce to deliver that. Whether it remains in the same guise or format is still yet to be decided until we get the consultation and our workforce is able to respond to that consultation, and nobody knows what that current structure is. We'll all receive it at the same time when it's delivered. Okay, so but our responsibility and accountability is to support everybody that is both NHS contracted and supported and non-NHS as a partner within those boards to support safeguarding adults and children in its many guises. Because I say safeguarding, but we've heard about CDOT, Prevent, and all the other domestic violence, all the other aspects of safeguarding in its wider context. So that's where we currently are at the moment, and we'll probably be able to tell you more in the next few weeks. That's why it's going to be a very short discussion. And again, sorry, you got the better version, the better looking version of the chief nurse. I'm not Cathy Winfield, because that's what it says on your, and she's got caught up in other discussions today. So I'm the B plan.